writing books myself once. I had the ideas, I even made notes. But I was a doctor, married with children. You can only do one thing well. Flaubert knew that. Being a doctor was what I did well. My wife died. My children are scattered now. They write whenever guilt impels. They have their own lives naturally. Life, to have erections. I was reading that Flaubertian exclamation just the other day. The unwritten books? They aren't a cause for resentment. There are too many books already. Besides, I remember the end of L'Éducation Sentimentale. Frédéric and his companion Deslauriers are looking back over their lives. Their final, favourite memory is of a visit to a brothel years before, when they were still schoolboys. They had planned the trip in detail, had their hair specially curled for the occasion, and had even stolen flowers for the girls. But when they got to the brothel, Frédéric lost his nerve and they both ran away. Such was the best day of their lives. Isn't the most reliable form of pleasure, Flaubert implies, the pleasure of anticipation? Who needs to burst into fulfilment's desolate attic? I spent my first day wandering around Rouen, trying to recognize parts of it from when I'd come through in 1944. Next day, I drove west to Caen and then north to the beaches. I lunched at the Hôtel de la Marine overlooking the bay. I was close to where friends had died, the sudden friends those years produced, and yet I felt unmoved. 50th Armoured Division, 2nd British Army. Memories came out of hiding, but not emotions, not even the memories of emotions. How do we seize the past? Can we ever do so? When I was a medical student, some pranksters at an end-of-term dance released into the hall a piglet which had been smeared with grease. It squirmed between legs, evaded capture, squealed a lot. People fell over trying to grasp it and were made to look ridiculous in the process. The past often seems to behave like that piglet. On my third day in Rouen, I walked to the Hôtel Dieu, once the hospital where Flaubert's father had been head surgeon, and where the writer spent his childhood. Now it's a museum. I was admitted by a gaunt, fidgety gardien whose white coat puzzled me. He wasn't a doctor, a pharmacien, or a cricket umpire. White coats imply antisepsis. Why should a museum caretaker wear one? To protect Gustave's childhood from germs? He explained that the museum was devoted partly to Flaubert and partly to medical history, then hurried me round, locking the doors behind us with noisy efficiency. I was shown the room where Gustave was born, his eau de cologne pot, tobacco jar, and first magazine article. Various images of the writer confirmed the dire early shift he underwent from handsome youth to paunchy, balding burgher. Syphilis, some conclude. Normal 19th century aging, others reply. I kept reminding myself that he had fair hair. It's hard to remember. Photographs make everyone seem dark. I studied the doctoral thesis of Gustave's brother Achille. It was called Some Considerations on the Strangulated Hernia. A fraternal parallel. Achille's thesis later became Gustave's metaphor. I feel, he wrote, against the stupidity of my time, floods of hatred which choke me. Shit rises to my mouth, as in the case of a strangulated hernia. But I want to keep it, fix it, harden it. I want to concoct a paste with which I shall cover the 19th century, in the same way as they paint Indian pagodas with cow dung. Then I saw the parrot. It sat in a small alcove, bright green and perky-eyed, with its head at an inquiring angle. Siticus, ran the inscription on the end of its perch. Parrot borrowed by G. Flaubert from the Museum of Rouen and placed on his